Welcome back to Pass the Aux. Jayden and Wyatt, cousins of 17 amazing and joyful and wonderful years. We've never gone through any pain. Our lives are just about as joyful as they could be. Today we're here once again on the set, in the one and only car in the world.
One and only podcast in the world.
One and only cousins in the world.
So,
we're breaking boundaries here. We do a lot of things first on Pass the Aux. And today, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about somebody else who broke boundaries at the beginning of his career, had a little bit of a fall off, and now we're going to talk about, did he make it back? So, Chance the Rapper's new album, Starline, just released a couple days ago, and it's his first official album since 2019's The Big Day. And that is considered a big letdown. It was an album that nobody liked, and it was.
Now.
You liked it?
No.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought.
Okay.
And he talks a lot about his wife on that album and family, and then they divorced like a year later. So clearly, it was just. It wasn't disingenuous, but it's it's like I feel bad. You know what I mean? He's like, he really committed and changed up the sound of his music for that album, and it was just, his wife didn't like it. That's why she left him, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Streets have been saying. That's why.
Well, with the streets,
all of the
you're
streets.
not allowed to say streets.
I grew up on the streets. I was raised in the streets. See that video of these like two crackhead ladies? Streets raised me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, Starline was, the biggest way to tell that it was a return to form was the album cover. Is kind of in that old
artistic, like drawing rendition.
Yeah, like the acid rap.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like when I think of acid rap, Chance the Rapper, like that is who I think of.
Right. Not the clear disc.
No, not the
was.
Big Day. Yeah, CD. I know you've never seen that before. So.
Well, what CD stand for?
Compact disc.
And I said what? I said disc.
You didn't say compact. You said, I don't know what it's called. He's got the thing.
I said the clear disc.
Okay.
CD.
It's like a clear frisbee thing. I don't really know what it is.
I've never seen a CD that was clear.
You literally did on the album cover.
Was there a hole in the middle?
Yeah. You pull it up right now. Well, wait. So, I'll give a little bit more context. He hasn't.
There is a hole.
Yeah, there is a hole.
Okay.
See?
I still was calling it a CD. Clear disc.
Okay. So, Chance the Rapper back for the first time in 6 years. People had already considered him gone, fallen off. So, I wouldn't say this is much of a comeback as it is a slow
return.
Yeah, and I don't
reappearance.
think. Yeah, and he didn't have a big rollout for this album. I remember it was announced a couple weeks ago. I had sent you a tweet about it, and then it dropped. No singles, as far as I knew. It just dropped, and I decided to listen to it today, a couple hours ago, and I enjoyed it. Although I wouldn't say that I was blown away. I had this thought before we get super deep into the review I wanted to mention. I like when albums are short. Now, I don't want them to be short, but it's something where you always want something to keep going on, right? You're like, man, I wish I could hear more of this. I wish this movie was longer. I wish I could do this for longer. And then it's, you want that because you know it's not possible. But the second you actually get that, it's never good.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with this. Like, I think of like an album like a Daytona, or all Kanye produced albums in 2018. But Ye, Kids See Ghosts, like those were all short 20, 30-minute albums, and they leave you wanting more, but they leave you satisfied. And that's something that I know me and you have talked about that I really do want to do a full kind of deep dive into on an episode. But like, would you rather have an album, like, or maybe not even would you rather, is it better to have an album with 6 or 7 songs that are, great songs? Maybe it's 20 minutes. Or have an album that's 20 songs long and it's got 8 or 9 good songs. I mean, quantity-wise, one album is giving you more songs that you enjoy. So, I mean, I think that like that already should tell you, right? You made more songs that I can enjoy, but then the album in general is not as enjoyable. So where do you feel on this? Because what I kind of thought was I enjoyed a couple of the songs, and I think that this should have been a shorter album. I think this could have been 20, 30 minutes, and this could have been maybe 7 songs.
Right, that would increase the like average in total. And don't get me wrong, I do not like long albums. I don't even like long songs. I like more short form content when it comes to music, if you will.
No, you don't have to lie. When it comes to anything, you have TikTok brain. Go ahead, continue though. Don't look. Just embrace it. You know you have TikTok brain. You listen to TikTok music. You watch TikTok. It happens. That's your generation. You got to own it.
You're not even a year older than me.
My generation didn't grow up on TikTok. Okay, we grew up on drinking out of the water hose, coming home when the lights turned off. We were outside. You guys grew up on your iPads. So I get it. You're not into the longer stuff.
Yeah.
So, but even for you, this was...
a point.
Okay, go ahead.
I had a point.
Okay.
I had a point. It's easier to get into an album, like, the more songs you like off of it, like, later on. So, if you said... Let's say it's like an 18-song album, and you like 6 or 7 songs off of it. It's easier to go back, and it's easier to appreciate the rest of the album when you're already kind of familiar and enjoying little bits and pieces of it already. With that being said, first few listens, it's really hard to listen to an album that long, especially when you do see some quality. It'd be easier for it to be a 6-song album or an EP and just kind of play what you like off of it, rather than having to sit through an entire album, which is a little bloated. And I feel like we've had that issue with a few albums that we've reviewed now. So
the hard part, I saw Tyler the Creator was doing an interview about his kind of not surprise drop, but the Don't Tap the Glass kind of dance album he put out a couple weeks ago, and he was saying that like young artists should stop worrying about making a perfect project, and that they should just put out their songs. Like, don't hoard it. Don't sit on it for 10 years. And I think that there's a good point there, and I think there's a bad point. I think the point he's saying is put your art out there. Don't be afraid or feel like you have to overly critique yourself. And I agree, when it comes to even media stuff, like I feel like we put out a product, and I like to improve on it over time. I think you should meet a base like level of quality before you should put things out. But yeah, like don't sit on something, I think creatively, that really stifles you. Like you need to make output. You have to give your stuff out to the world in some way. But the other part I didn't like was, well, I think that you should try and make an album good. I don't think that you should put 10 songs on there that are kind of, and maybe somebody likes them, but the general consensus is that, yeah, that song's not good, or that's forgettable, or oh, that's a skip, right? If you're reading a book and it's 20 chapters long, and you're like, man, I really enjoyed 7 chapters, but the other 13, those were not good. Your overall opinion of the book is going to be less than if it was a 7-chapter book and you're like, man, all 7 chapters hit. So I don't think the album needed to be as long as it did. I really I didn't think so. I love the song with Jay Electronica on it. I listened to that one on repeat probably already 5 times today. That one hit, and I did like what Chance the Rapper did. I would say, unlike The Big Day, there were songs on here that I enjoyed. I just felt like some of them were a little too repetitive. Maybe not that. That's not fair. A little too forgettable. They didn't stand out. And there were songs that did stand out a lot that I felt like we could have kept those, cut the rest. And it's hard to articulate exactly why music is like that. I think it depends. If you're looking to listen to a full album, like you just like to listen to albums for whatever, you're gonna be okay with it being a little bit longer. But if you're looking for just a bunch of songs and you're like, hey, I want to add a couple songs to my playlist, I'm gonna listen to this, add the songs I like, in theory, you would enjoy more quantity, because it's like I have a bigger selection to add songs to my playlist from. That's what I kind of do. I like to listen to albums, and I have one playlist I really add stuff to. after I listened to the albums. With this one, though, listening to an album all the way through, I'm like, I feel like I've heard songs like this.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel the need to add a ton of songs to the playlist.
Yeah.
So like I said, in theory, it makes sense. Like, yeah, the more songs are there, you can pick and choose. But in reality, I don't feel like you end up actually picking and choosing a ton of songs.
Yeah.
You kind of get it, like, yeah, I get the point. But I think it sounded good. It felt emotional. Without getting too into it with being, you know, a kind of quick week one review of the album, I enjoyed what it was going for. I don't think Chance the Rapper is like, oh my goodness, he's back. You know, he's the #1 artist in the world. I don't know if there's even a hit on this album that's like, wow, that was catchy. So, I don't know. Like, that's where I was at, where it's good, but it's not great. It's a nice return for Chance the Rapper, but it's not a triumphant, I'm back, I'm ready to take over. And then I don't honestly think that it was trying to be that, or that, you know, he even wanted it for it to turn out like that, but that's how I kind of interpreted it. I don't know how you feel on the whole quantity of the album song. Like, do you prefer having a lot of those songs?
I don't, especially because like a lot of the like slower, more lyrical songs, they sounded good. Like, the issue wasn't in the quality of the music. It was the fact that, like, if some of the features weren't there, a good chunk of the album would have really like blended together. So thankfully there were features there where you could kind of differentiate, like, you know, little differences in each song. But a lot of that blended together. I do think he did a good job of throwing in some like little wild card songs there. Like, you had a song with Baby Chief Do It.
I know. I like that one.
It was
that one
catchy,
actually. It did switch up, like, if the flow. It was a clearly a different pacing on the song, and I like that immediately. It's like, I like this.
For me, like, that I really enjoy when an album can do that, when it kind of like refreshes your palate a little. Like, you're hearing a lot of similar songs, and then you get something to switch it up a little, just to keep your brain fresh. I really like when an album does that. But yeah, a lot of the songs kind of blended together for me. But I didn't have any real issues with the actual songs themselves. Like, this wasn't a bad album. I like the album. It's just, yeah, the album as a whole, kind of long, kind of blended together. But the songs themselves were pretty solid.
Okay, before we get into our final score and even our favorite songs off the album, I want to give you an anecdote. I saw a tweet on Rap Twitter yesterday about Ice Spice, Pink Panther's song Boys a Liar Part 2. And somebody said this was really her DaBaby on Under the Sun verse. And it's like, I thought about it for a second, you know, trying to see if I agreed or not, and, you know, trying to remember DaBaby's verse, which is great on Under the Sun, thinking about Ice Spice, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. You know, that's the conclusion I came to. I'm like, I agree that they had, you know, that was their amazing verse, but it wasn't sustainable. Yeah, and neither artist has the talent to, in my opinion, consistently put out music that good. Okay.
At one point, DaBaby did. At one point, DaBaby could put out,
but that's
maybe
not consistently.
Not the same. I think he was doing it consistently.
I don't think
so. No, this was a very long time ago, and it was a different type of quality than Under the Sun.
I think he had like a 1 year period.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, I don't know.
That's
if you
what
want to
Ice Spice had, like a 1 year period.
I don't even
fame.
think she had. I think she had a song or two.
She had Munch. She had Boys a Liar. She
had, the Boys a Liar feature wasn't bad.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I remember that they were all going viral.
There were a lot of
the Princess Diana. Yeah, well, okay, sure. DaBaby had a lot of popular songs for a year. Maybe part of 2020 before he shot somebody in Walmart.
I think they were better though. I think the DaBaby songs were better.
God, I love him for doing that. Like,
he did it again. He did it again on his front porch.
Has he put out any music recently?
No, okay. I don't think so. You want to check?
He's in retirement. I would like to hear DaBaby come back. The point with this though is, like, you know, as artists, you're kind of hoping maybe they can break out. They've got a verse. It's gonna hit. I have to say something. I really think Chance the Rapper, not a one-trick pony, but you know, there was a time period where it was good. It wasn't sustainable. It was not built to last. And so I appreciate this project. I'm never going to complain about new music. Obviously, that's something we want to see continue to be made, but I'm never going to complain. I want to hear more. I just don't think it's the same. I don't think there's anything here that is like, well, like 2015 through 2017 was his time. It's a nice album, but I'm not. Your time has passed, Chance the Rapper. I know that's a bit of a hot take, and it's not meant to be the, like, oh my God, I don't want to hear him, but I don't feel like Chance the Rapper is ever going to get back to that level. Not that, once again, I'm not him. I don't know exactly what he wants, but I don't think that his verses and the hype around him will ever get close to what they were. And that's how I feel. There was a time and a place. The time has passed. This album isn't trying to recapture the past, but it surely isn't bringing it back at all.
I really don't think the bar was that high to get back to Chance the Rapper. It was Chance the Rapper. He was cool, but was he like really a staple of that era?
Yes, he was.
You think he was?
I should say mid to late 2010s rap, yeah. Absolutely, he was a staple.
I think he was a name, but I don't think he was like a household name in rap.
I think he was a feature artist. I think he had I think that was his spot, was a feature artist.
But that's not being like you have to have Chance the Rapper in those conversations. Are we talking about someone like Gunna like that? Not really.
Gunna's different. Gunna just is he. I should rephrase. Chance the Rapper is a good feature artist. Gunna is not.
Okay.
That's why Gunna's been replaced with Ty Dolla $ign. Literally, look at it. I feel like I'm the only person who's noticed. Every song where you think there used to be a Gunna feature, it's now Ty Dolla $ign. And I love Ty.
Like they're taking down the Gunna features and swapping on.
No. It's just like they've replaced it.
Oh, like it would be a Gunna feature.
Yeah, it's like, hey Ty, you're the new Gunna.
Okay.
It's like you got Future on the song, Ty Dolla $ign, and it's like your mind kind of thinks it's normal, but you take a double take, you're like, what? I don't. Whatever. That's where I'm at with Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the album I'll be more fair. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not blown away, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's mid, but I think giving a 7 out of 10 is a little too high of a rating. And I think the favorite song for me off the album was the one with Jay Electronica. Really, really like that one. Is it Drops or something?
Let me check.
Wyatt's gonna double check the track list. Like it's only been a couple hours with the album, and these thoughts might change. I might be like, wow,
Just a Drop.
That song was great. There's another one, Pretty, I think was the song before Just a Drop.
Yep.
That was another catchy one, and then obviously the Baby Chief.
Do it.
Yeah, that one was good as well. So
Draped to Mania.
yeah, there's some hard to say names on there.
Yeah.
Like
me
and
the
Wyatt,
track before that.
Me and Wyatt are not good at reading, especially Wyatt. So
I don't know how to read.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Favorite song? Maybe you have a favorite 3 songs.
Maybe.
Okay.
Guess you'll find out.
We'll
here.
never know. It's a mystery.
Favorite song? Oh wait, I gotta get my rating.
Yeah,
I already
go
kind of.
Yeah, you said it was a 6,
yeah,
right?
It is a 6 for me.
Not a 7.
6. They're gonna call us white for that. Reading Honk.
There was a car crash over there. Anyways, it's getting serious on Pass the Aux. Anyways,
really
favorite
from these streets.
Favorite 3 songs.
Yeah, we're really from the streets here.
No, he's lying.
Yeah.
I don't co-sign that statement. Continue.
Favorite song? Back to the Goat with Vic Mensa.
I don't remember that one.
Okay.
I don't remember that one.
It was sandwiched between the Baby Chief Do It verse and the song and Joey Badass.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the highs and the lows with Joey Badass.
Yeah.
That's I was looking forward to it. I don't think it was the craziest Joey Badass feature I've ever heard, but he did his job. I always like to hear him, and I think that this type of album fits his style. He wasn't out of place, so.
Also like Tree with Lil Wayne
yes. You gotta mention that one.
Smino. I'm familiar with Smino.
You're familiar with Smino?
Unfamiliar.
Okay.
I think they just delivered like a preacher.
Yeah.
chorus there, but
I liked it.
I didn't hate Lil Wayne's verse.
That was a
I
little
think.
long of a song, but I like. There's a
Yeah,
music
yeah.
video I haven't seen yet.
Really?
I gotta give the music video a watch.
And
Give it a good old lookity loo.
Lookity Lou. All right. I'd also throw in Speed of Light. The only thing I could really think of when I was listening to the song was Faster Than the Speed of Love, which is a fictional book by Brian Griffin in Family Guy. Speed of Light, Speed of...
What? What?
So I guess just happy thoughts were filling my brain during that one.
I guess.
And I believe the producer on that was BJ the Chicago Kid. Who, if I'm not mistaken, I could be talking out of my ass, but if I'm not mistaken, produced for Polo G on his album The Goat.
Can I say this? Can I say this?
Sure.
There's a lot of artists who can't do it without Kanye. I don't know if Chance the Rapper can do it without Kanye.
I'd heard a lot of Kanye influence on this.
I don't know if he can do it without him. I don't know if Travis can do it without him. I don't know if Chance the Rapper can do it without him. I don't know if a lot of these Chicago artists can do it without him, quite frankly. I think that he is so influential on their style of music.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna argue that point. You know where Kanye was born?
Atlanta. ATL. ATL.
We have a large
ATL.
fan base.
I'm a Falcons fan. I love Kyle Pitts. Draft Kyle Pitts. I'm a 3-time, 3-peat champion in my fantasy league. I've whooped his ass 3 years in a row. Draft Kyle Pitts. I'm not kidding. I've had Kyle Pitts for the last 2 years.
Have you actually?
I've had him for he's the secret recipe to success. So, shout out Kanye and Kyle Pitts.
Atlanta. We love you, Atlanta.
I love ATL.
I love the people of Atlanta.
Shout out ATL. Shout out Kyle Pitts. Shout out Michael Penix Jr.
Michael Penis.
Yeah, I saw that earlier this week. All right, well, that's enough rambling. 6 out of 10 for both of us. Album, is it worth a listen? No.
Was it meant for us? Tell us in the comments below if this album was meant for us. We want to hear.
Jeez, I can't hear after that. You were all up in there. So that's all for Pass the Aux today. Subscribe so we can
comment.
Live
Please
stream on
comment.
YouTube.
We care about your comments.
I do.
They boost engagement.
They do. So, all right, that's it. He's losing his mind. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, Atlanta. We love you.